And we shall wait and see when we are streaming. Dun, 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 dun. 8 o'clock, too, right on the button. All right. This is going. This is going. Awesome. Turn the volume up on us just a smidge. There we go. And we are broadcasting. All right. There we go. That is all set. Waka waka. Lots of people in the chat room already. Good stuff. Hey, folks. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast patron pre-show. We are online and on time today. And I like it when things work. So I have to admit, it has been in the mid-70s in North Kakalaki for quite a while now. It's been really nice where we don't have to turn on the furnace or we don't have to turn on the air conditioner. We just have the windows open. It is a bit warm today. So if one of us starts nodding off, that tells you why. But, yeah, I hope you're having a good time. Hope you had a good Halloween. And here we are. Mm-hmm. Yep, good stuff. So, yeah, how was your Halloween? How many trick-or-treaters did you get in coming to your door? We had our obligatory
6 or 7.
Yeah, give or take, that came in. I would say an even dozen,
mm-hmm.
and go that way.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's how it goes. But I have found
we even had neighbors move in.
Yeah, we had neighbors moving in on Halloween Day. Felt sorry for the kids, so we made like a set of goodie bags for them because they were like, what, 4, 5?
Yeah.
Tops. So we had some goodie bags for them when they came back because they came back kind of late. And so we had stuff ready for them for that. And, yeah, it was all right. But I've been hearing a lot from people, and I was curious from you fine folks. How many people do you see now? How many neighbors are actually participating now in the standard Halloween night where it gets dark about, 6 now? And actually closer to 7 if you really think of it, because daylight saving time has screwed that up. But, the kids stopping by and the amount of neighbors that are actually giving out candy. I'm curious to see, have you seen that drop over the past few years? Because we're starting to hear a lot from people saying just that. My brother-in-law, Amy's brother, and our niece and our nephew went out geocaching.
They haven't done geocaching
Not yet. They're going to. But they went out trick-or-treating, and he said what? There was only really just a handful of people and they live in a full subdivision.
Yeah, he was very disappointed.
Yeah. Because they had a whole subdivision and literally a handful of people, a couple of them didn't even give out candy. They just put the bowl on the porch for the kids to come by and take it. And a couple other ones that gave out, but the rest of them did not. And I'm wondering if the old tradition of Halloween is just fading away now.
Well, I think that some people take their kids out, but they want to give out candy too, and they can't do both.
Yeah, but we've always found ways around that. I mean, people in general find their ways around that.
Yeah. But I mean, if you take your kids out, they feel like they got to leave a bowl.
Well, that part I can understand, but a lot of times, usually there's 2 parents. I mean, not to say about, for when there isn't, but a lot of times one parent stays home, the other one takes them out.
Yeah.
Usually the dad with the umbrella. And and the pictures that you see when they come back in the snow, and from Michigan in the snow and the rain and the 50-mile-an-hour winds. But it just seems like it's waning, and then they're switching over to this trunk or treat.
Yeah. And know that is for people who
are paranoid. I'm just saying.
No.
There is nothing,
no, it is not.
There is nothing wrong with going out with a pillowcase and pillaging a neighborhood. I'm just saying. Or several.
It's not. But for people who don't want to do that.
Well, you know what I think it is, and I know Scott Burks got into it with the way Scott Burks talks about stuff. And it's one of those things, and I totally agree with him. It's like we have wimpified our kids. It's like, holy cow.
Yeah, and you know what? There was a needle found or a pin, a stick pin, found in a piece of candy.
Where?
Holly Springs.
I don't believe it.
Okay.
Out of all the areas, I'm talking Detroit, I'm talking all this stuff that is going on through the years, they have never had it reported. Ever.
Just because it's not reported doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
And I call no. I doubt it. Nobody does that. Yeah, I want to see the proof.
Okay.
Because it's either the kids putting something in like that, or
I'm just saying, whether you believe it or not, it happens.
No, because it's always a friend of a friend of a friend where it's been found. Who reported it?
I'm just telling you, it happens.
Okay.
People do mean things at Halloween.
Yes, like our parents when we grew up, where you had to play the candy tax and go that route, because anything that was in my brothers and I and my sister and I, we used to go out and literally hit 3 different neighborhoods, 2 pillowcases worth of candy each, easy, when we went out. And the parents who had to check the candy, we always noticed that we suddenly were removed of Fritos and a couple other assorted favorites from the parents.
Yeah.
So the candy tax was already enforced.
Our parents just checked it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's you got to do what you got to do. You got to pay the piper for Halloween. But anyways, it just seems like it's a shame that such a cool type of activity has now been shriveled up and fading away in my lifetime for something like that. But
there you go.
What's that?
Look up.
What?
There.
Okay.
Here it is on my screen.
Okay. And I still
look on my computer.
In Holly Springs, one of the highest areas that have just recently been put into is the most popular place in the country to move to. 2 needles found in.
Holly Springs police said they are investigating after a child in a subdivision found a needle Saturday night in his Halloween candy.
All right.
I'm just saying it happens.
Anyways, check your candy just for in case, but I'm just saying I think there's more involved to it than that. Somebody's going for their 15 minutes of fame.
Could be.
That
happens a lot too.
Yes. So just saying. Anyways, we digress. Halloween went by.
I buy my own candy. That way I don't got to worry about it.
Well, I learned this from somebody way back when, because a lot of people don't believe in going out for trick-or-treating. So for the kids, what they did was they would buy their favorite pizza. Each of them got their own large bottle of soda and selected a couple of bags of their favorite candy, and they watched movies and stayed inside. I mean, nothing wrong with that either. And that seems to be more of a tradition we've been doing now. Is we will go through and we will buy a bag of candy, because, like I said, we get like a dozen kids. It's not like in the old days where they came in by the truckloads. But yes, if it's on the internet, it must be true. Yes. Yeah,
and I don't believe everything I see on the internet.
Yeah.
However.
Okay, fair enough. But in cases like that, though, even now for Halloween for us, what did we do?
We ordered a pizza, sat on the porch, and gave out candy.
That's right. So there you
gave
go.
Out gummy body parts, and the kids loved
that.
Them.
Was the number one thing we bought, because I don't know if you do this. I know we do. We have our favorite candies that we like, and I try not to eat a whole lot of candy. But when it's Halloween, it's like I got to have some candy. Mm-hmm. So we had a bag each of our favorite candy. We found this bag when we were at Walmart, and it was a bag of gummy body parts. So we actually literally had a bag of, it had like an ear, a brain, a finger, a foot, and something else that...
an eyeball.
Eyeball. That was the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there were 5 things. Kids went nuts. because I'd sit there and they'd be coming up towards the steps, and it's like, come and get your fresh body parts, and they were like, it was great. So yeah. So it's pretty cool. Had a lot of fun, and it's it's how it goes. I've seen some places where they've done the trunk or treat, and
yeah, it's mostly churches and nonprofits that do
yeah,
that.
they have pretty big
and they have
turnouts
a
for that.
great time. They dress up their cars.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean,
it's a great way to have
But there's nothing like running 5 miles on a sugar high, going for candy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's part
of the fun. And like we said in the chat room, dressing up for that is awesome. So yeah, good time, a lot of fun, and who knows how things will go over the next couple of years with Halloween, because a lot of times they said a lot of stuff for Halloween's for us older kids. We like getting dressed up and going to parties. All right, tonight we've got some really good stuff for you. We're going to give you our geocaching quiz number 5, and we'll see how you guys do this time. Last time I heard the last quiz was a bit hard, so we kind of softened things up a little bit. But we'll see how you guys do this time. And yes, we are going to do this like we do with every one of the quizzes. A coveted prize will be announced next week when we do the drawing. So what'll happen is you do the quiz, you go through and you send in your scores, and we'll tell you how to do that in the show, and then you get put into a drawing for a coveted prize. So that's what we do, and a lot of people really like that. And plus we get to see how people do on their scores. We never say anything, but it's kind of interesting to see how much they went with it and their notes with it.
Apparently the Mafia family is very happy about this.
Oh, awesome.
They are back.
That's good. And
they haven't been here for a while.
I know it. I'm glad they're back though.
Their oldest daughter has had a lot of gymnastics.
Oh, very cool. I was going to say married.
Not yet.
Getting there.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's awesome. No, we love to have you back. And we love having everybody from the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast universe coming on by and saying hi. We love it. Good other stuff. Let's see. What do we got? Some of the prizes we're giving away tonight. We're starting a brand new contest. That's the other thing I was going to talk about. CoinsAndPins.com is our November sponsor of the month. And they have sent a ton of stuff to give away over the next few weeks. Some of the stuff that we're going to do, this is one of the ones, I believe this is for the Cash Stash tonight. And this is a really cool GeoAchievement Set. And basically what this is the 24-hour 100 geocaches. GeoAchievement Set. I can actually qualify for this because I've actually done that, 100 geocaches in a day. And go for that.
You and Amanda did that, didn't you?
Yes, we did. So that was cool. So that we're giving that away as our Cash Stash prize tonight. And then because it's Coins and Pins, a lot of geocoins are going this month. And we'll get into the grand prize too. This one is actually kind of unique. I like this because what I did, because a lot of you have said you like the new coins, you love the new coins, but you like a lot of the older coins you can't get anymore. And what Aaron has done is send us a ton of geocoins that are out of stock and discontinued. So you can't get them anymore. They're more valuable that way. And we're giving them away all month.
He's going to have to find another one of these. I like this.
You like that,
one.
Isn't it? Do you like the we'll actually show this after Amy stops. Amy, the one over here to my right. The wife, her.
Not the dog.
Not the dog. Stops oogling. But yeah, this is the Cachanova Geocoin. And this is really neat. It's got kind of a symbolic man and woman snuggling kind of thing on the front. And then on the back is red with Cachanova and all the information on it. So that's the prize we're giving away live tonight. So see, that's the other thing. All the way through the holidays, we are giving away each week goodies. And we've got a whole bunch of stuff set up for each week through November. And the prizes are going to get bigger and better and cooler, and a lot of GeoCoins and a lot of other goodies. We're giving thanks to Aaron from CoinsAndPins.com for donating all this stuff. But, oh, my gosh, that is awesome.
It's nice.
Yeah, so if you go over to the right side of GeoSnippits.com or GeoSnippitsReboot.com, you will see the grand prize that we're giving away. And we'll talk more about it in the actual show, but there are a bunch of GeoCoins, a couple of GeoAchievement sets, some state tags. So lots of stuff. We'll go over that more than that, but all you have to do is put your entry in. One entry per person. So good stuff. All righty. Let's see. Other good stuff. We went through, and the weekend was kind of, I mean, this whole week it's been rainy again. We had a good Saturday where we were able to do a little bit of geocaching, and we actually did a periscope of a lamp skirt hide and a Munzie at the same place. So we did a periscope with that, and it was interesting because our friends overseas, apparently lampposts are totally different from what in the United States that we're used to. Now in the United States, we've got that giant concrete anchor, 3-foot anchor that the pole sits on. And then you have the pole that goes up, and then you have a skirt that goes over, what's that? Buffering. Okay, so one of the things might be going on. We had a problem with GeoSnippits. Just reset your screen. Hopefully that'll take care of it if you're having some buffering issues. Because last night we had the same thing with GeoSnippits, or with with Geocaching Podcast. The buffering was a little bit off, and it's just the video itself when it recorded was perfectly fine. Matter of fact, I ran through it right after it, but the buffering on the other end. So it's
live one.
It's Google that's actually having the problem.
Okay.
So it's not us in the main street. It's the output to the video that's causing the issue. So sorry if you're having some buffering issues, but we'll continue on normal because that's the way it works. It goes through that way. And plus, if you do go through and you have to go through the audio version of it, we'll have the audio version of the podcast out. And after it gets done publishing, the video will be perfectly fine. So you can watch that as well. So sorry if there is any buffering, but it's actually a Hangouts thing that's actually doing that.
I was going to say that's yours.
Yeah. Yeah, people are answering the poll of the week and going from there. A lot of good stuff, though. So other than that, things are starting to slow down. We talked with Joshua last week. Had a really good show with him. That was a lot of fun. And up north in the soon-to-be Great White North part, which is Minnesota, Michigan, and in the northern states, the snow is starting to settle in some spots, and it's just plain getting cold.
Yep, starting to snow in Michigan, I think.
Yep, so they're actually slowing down on the geocaching stuff. I'm curious to see about our friends in the southern hemisphere because spring should be coming up now. So I'm kind of curious to see how long.
FireSafe is in the chat room, so he can answer.
So I'm just kind of curious, when do you actually start kicking in, doing more geocaching because the weather is better? As up here it gets worse. So all part of it. Yep. So it looks like they're having a bunch of stuff with that. So yeah, go ahead. Just type in there for them. Just reboot the video, or reboot the actual page, and just do a reset and see if that helps.
They're saying, Amy, help.
All right. Well, let me switch it over here and see how this is going. Can they hear us? So I'll bring us over to this one and see if that's helping any.
Oh gosh, I can't even type.
I don't even see Amy chatting.
Yeah, I haven't been saying anything, so.
All right. And I'll have us running off of, if one video's pane is working better than the other, we can do that.
I asked if they could.
It's locked.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's no fun. All right, we're going to continue on with the regular.
They can't hear us either.
Wow, that's Hangouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hangouts. That's not us. All right, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. All right, well, we'll continue on with the show normal and go with that because this is being recorded normally and just as if we have. And Amy can put out on there that the video and the audio will be available tonight after we're done broadcasting. And they'll be able to see it then. This is a Hangout issue. And we'll go with that. So sorry if you're having some buffering issues with that, folks. That's just unfortunately how that goes. And locked in a loop. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, thank you, Hangouts, once again. Because there's nothing that I can do here to reset everything. And this was the same Hangout issue that we were having last night with Geocaching Podcast. So just make sure that you put that in.
Yeah, I will. Just go ahead.
All right. So we'll continue on and go from there. Sorry again for the audio video stuff. Unfortunately, this is Hangouts. This isn't on our end.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead. Do the show. I got it.
All right. So we've got that. We got about 6 more minutes before we actually start. Anything else interesting that you can think of in geocaching? Or you're going to just talk on them? All right. Sorry about that.
No, I'm trying to tell them stuff.
Go for it. All right. And I'm just trying to think of some other stuff. I don't think I have a whole lot more that I can go through with this. Let me see if there's anything else. There's no other reason why that should be blocked. So while this is doing this, I'm going to come over here real quick. I just want to see something and go from there and see if we're actually, because I'm looking at the website on us right now. And let's see if I wave up here. And see how long it takes. There's usually a delay in going from that. And I'm just checking. So we got about 6 more minutes before we actually start the show. And they
said you were going to use the force to slap YouTube into shape.
It's not YouTube. It's the Hangout, the output for the Hangouts.
Yeah.
We had the same problem last time with... yeah, I can just see us talking, but I can't see how far the...
They said at 13:08, I think it's...
The loop?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually just looping.
Yeah.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll just we'll continue on with the show like we normally do, and everybody will watch this afterwards. Again, we apologize. This isn't something on our end.
Well...
And then we'll go from there. Because there's no sense not to do the show. It's going to be...
No, of course not.
Yeah.
But...
yeah, just make sure you say it.
But if they can't see it, then there's no reason to give away a live prize.
Right. That we'll put to next week.
Right.
And go that way.
Right.
And go from that. But other than that, we'll do the show normal like we normally do and then cut right in.
Yeah. Okay.
So that happens. I don't know what it is. Every week it's something new.
They did say that this is what the pre-show was for.
Yes, it's for things to go nuts.
That's what the chat room said. We've had this happen so many times that they just said this is what the pre-show is for.
Right.
So, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Now, see, one of the things that that somebody had brought up is Blab, and I know a lot of podcasters are actually thinking of switching over to that because there's nothing else, to do. They're getting tired of the stuff that's happening out with Hangouts, and they're moving to a Blab session. So yeah, I apologize for the stuff going on here, but that's unfortunately,
we can't help it.
Yeah, that's unfortunately what we've got going. Yeah.
Our neighbor's dogs get out more times than...
What's that?
Another neighbor's dog is out again.
Here?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
neighbors cannot keep their dogs inside.
Yeah, we've got a neighborhood chat session, bulletin board type area where if stuff comes up, you can put it out, because a lot of times we find out about burglaries and other things that are happening and go that way. So, all right. Well, like I said, I wish there was a way for stuff to work. So they're not getting anything, right? They're not getting any video. They're not getting anything. All right. We will go from there.
They're having their own show in the chat room.
As usual.
About, yeah. And it always happens when the Mafia family is there, because they can like keep it going until we get there.
Right. So just talk with them and let them know that we're still here, and they'll be able to see stuff at the end. And I think what will happen is in about another 3 minutes, we'll actually start to show up, do the whole thing, and then jump from there. And we just won't do the live prizes this week. We'll do the live prizes.
He's awesome.
Who is? Memphis
Mafia.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, okay, any milestones recently? All right, you rocking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted to start a Periscope just to see what happens with that.
No, let's not start anything new. We got one thing going wrong at a time.
All right. And again, it's not us, it's them.
Right. So
yeah,
it's a shame. Them, it's Google Hangouts.
It's the Hangouts, it's the output, because this is getting saved just fine on Google and YouTube. It's the output going out that's doing that. And yeah, it's just how it goes. So, all right. Well, do you want to start a little early then, and we'll just pop right into the show and
yeah,
go that way?
Well.
Because if nobody can see it, it's not going to have.
It's really no point.
It's moot or moo, however you want to put it.
It's a slider.
It's
a baby moo.
It's a moof. It's a baby cow with an overbite. All right, let's do this. We're gonna get going, and we're gonna jump right into the show and go from there, because the rest of the world will see this recorded and it'll work absolutely fine.
It is National Redhead Day.
Is it really?
Yes. So yay me and Memphis Mafia wife.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Sit back, relax, get your favorite snack, your favorite libation. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast in itself is going to be starting, right about now. Well, hello, and welcome to another episode, spine-tingling and, technical difficulty-filled GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy, HeadHardHat's Smith, and I'm here with wife, Amy. It is November 5th, 2015, and in the next hour or so, we are going to bring you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession known as geocaching. Okay, so tonight, very similar to last night with Geocaching Podcast, we are having difficulties through Hangouts. So what's happening right now, we're recording the show live, obviously, because that's the only way we can do it. And it is being recorded on YouTube through Hangouts. Everything's working fine that way. We're recording live through our soundboard, so we're able to do the audio podcast. But unfortunately, we have nothing going through from Hangouts to the output out there. So I can't read it from here, so I'm not sure what you're saying.
You can't see that?
No, my eyes are having issues.
Oh, okay.
So what's going on?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right. So anyways, what's going on live right now is we've got a ton of people in the chat room, which we'd love to communicate with. Unfortunately, the only way that we're doing it is wife Amy is typing into the chat room, which she'll be doing all night, and getting information sent to them. And then that way there's some communication, but they have no idea what we're doing through the show. And we have such a great show. So what we are going to do is we're going to continue on just as if we're just doing a standard show. And then that way you can enjoy it, because we've got one heck of a great quiz for you tonight, and see how your geocaching prowess and knowledge is. So we are going to continue right on with that. Let's see, this week, some of the stuff that we did. If you have Periscope, and all you have to do is for Periscope, make sure that you have HeadHardHat, the Twitter account at HeadHardHat, in your Periscope viewing. And every time wife Amy and I go out and we do a Periscope, it'll give you that little whistle. I can't whistle well. And it'll go through, and you can actually watch us do geocaching or whatever we're doing at the time. And we did a Periscope this time at a lamp skirt, and it was really kind of cute because it was a lamp skirt with a small geocache and a Munzie right on the pole from the lamppost. So we were actually able to show people both from there. And it was interesting how a lot of the people from Europe were going, what is that thing? They haven't seen a standard America light pole with the concrete base and then the skirt and then the pole that goes up with that. So they were
like, why do you do that?
Why is that way? And it's like, yeah, that's how we do it. So, cultural things, I think, or something like that. Anywho, so that's how that's going. It's been kind of wet and rainy here, but it's been nice. I mean, we have the windows open right now, and it's kind of actually warm in the studios right now.
Because of lights.
Because there's a Periscope going off right there, if you heard it. And there is it went right on my head. It's been warm, and so it's literally warm in here because it's been in the mid 70s all week. So rainy, but nice and warm. So anyways, good stuff. So you can say to yourself, hey, we want to see Andy and Amy do the show live when it's working. Just saying. And how do we do that? How do we contact Andy and Amy? Because we've got all this information we want to tell them. We want to tell them things about our geocaching exploits. We want to tell them about our adventures. We want to tell them about all the different cool things that are going on. How do we do that? Well, it's very simple. To see us live when it's working, you watch us by going to www.geosnippits.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have our social media links. If you go to the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages, either GeoSnippits or GeoSnippitsReboot.com or our blog, you can click on any of our social medias, hook in with that, hook in with all of them. And then that way you can go through and communicate with us, and we can do the same thing with you, which is very useful because we do a lot of stuff on the show where we need information from you fine folks. So the two main things, actually three now. You want to make sure you have us in Twitter at HeadHardHat for that, because that hooks into Periscope. And also for Google Plus, have us in your circles for that, because that way every time we have a question that we have asking people, geocachers, about information, you're able to get it back to us. And then finally, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, HeadHardHat's YouTube channel, so that way every time we do a podcast, every time we do a vlog, anything like that, and once it's published, it automatically is subscribed to you, and you're able to find it right away instead of having to go out and look for it. So those are the main things that you want to do to get connected with us. And also we've got Facebook and Pinterest and all the other ones that are in there too. Make sure you get hooked in. Finally, we have our voicemail line where you can call in your questions, your comments, your suggestions by calling 919-341-9519, or you don't even have to worry about that, especially for our folks that are overseas. We have our send voicemail tab. If you go to geosnippits.com or geosnippitsreboot.com, on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see send voicemail. Click on that, and it goes right into SpeakPipe, where you can go through and get 3 minutes worth of information. And if you have to do more than that, go for it. But you go in, you can edit it, you can go through and change it if you need to, or redo it. And then it sends it to us. And the cool thing is it is absolutely free. And that's the cool thing. Why don't you go and give that a try? We love hearing from you, and we love getting feedback from you folks for wife Amy. Otherwise, we have sad Amy, which is bad. No bad, No sad Amy, just saying. But we do have feedback, and this is really cool. And I'm going to let you go through and do that, and I'll see if I can actually share this onto the video for people to see here.
All right. It says, hey, Andy and Amy, I was out geocaching one morning and noticed that a cemetery that once had a geocache no longer had one. I had recently listened to episode 132 and immediately thought about the zombie hand y'all talked about. What a perfect location for a zombie hand. So I printed one out and that I found on the Thingiverse and had my muggle wife paint it to look all zombie-like, and soon had it in place. It's reaching up out of the ground with a bison tube on one of its fingers. The GC code is GC6596A. Andy, you might not want to poke this one with a stick. It might grab it from you.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
so yeah,
cute.
you can see on the screen here, very cool. Very nice skull hand with built into a rock area with a bison tube attached. Very, very clever. And thank you so much, Jeff, for sending that in. We love getting things like this. And yeah, that's great. I love seeing when somebody hears something on the podcast and then goes out and do it. That is awesome. All right. Good stuff. Let me get this back up here and we should be all set. So yeah, lots of good stuff. Great things. And I think we can go on from there. Now, last month we had our sponsor of the month, which was cache-advance.com. Had a great time with that. This month, matter of fact, we're going to be doing this all the way through the holidays. So all the way till the beginning of the new year, we get a different sponsor each month. Now for November, we have CoinsAndPins.com. And Aaron has been very generous with giving a whole bunch of goodies that we are going to be not only giving away in the Cash Stash all month, but also we are going to be giving away a live prize each show through November for Coins and Pins. And we have a grand prize, a whole bunch of goodies that you can have the possibility of winning. Now, tonight, since this is the first night and we are having technical difficulties, so in other words, nobody live right now can actually see us. Or hear us. They're all having a great time in the chat room amongst themselves, which is what happens with the GeoSnippits universe when things go technically difficult. But after the people actually listen to the podcast or watch the video of the podcast, they'll be able to get all this information. We're going to do the live prize next week. So we'll actually be giving away 2 live prizes next week. So that's how we're going to do this. But the show must come on, and that's what we're going to do. So again, the sponsor is CoinsAndPins.com, and this is what you win. If you get the grand prize and you put your entry in, the grand prize is going to include 2 GeoAchievement sets, and we'll get more details next week. And you can kind of see pictures of them. If you go to the right-hand side of GeoSnippits.com, you will see the grand prize. If you click on that, you get all the information about the contest. So you get 2 GeoAchievement sets, you get 3 unique geocoins that you can't get anymore, and a couple of state trackable tags. All that for a contest prize winner at the end of the month. But you have to get your entries in to win. So how to win this? It's very simple. And I'm going to see if I can get this up on the bottom third here. There we go. Okay, to do this, send your email, and only one per geocaching alias, please. Send one email to gsreboot@gmail.com. In the subject line, you want to put Coins and Pins Contest 2015. So gsreboot@gmail.com, Coins and Pins Contest 2015. Send that to us with your geocaching alias name, your full name, your address, and your email address. And send that to us. And the way this is going to work, it's going to be a little tricky with Thanksgiving since we do our show live on Thursdays. We're not going to do a show on Thanksgiving Day unless for some reason we're absolutely not doing anything, but who knows.
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine that. So what we're going to do is that Saturday.
I get to see our niece and nephew.
Yes. So that Saturday, November 28th, we may do a condensed show and then do the winners for that as well. So keep your eyes open, and we will have more details as we go. Again, click on the icon that shows the Coins and Pins graphic with all the different or photo, I should say, with all the different prizes in there, and we may actually add to it as an incentive. Now, this is the other thing that goes on. If you put an entry in and you are a Patreon of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, in other words, you're a member of the Patreons for us, if you are, you automatically get a second entry automatically put in for you. It gives you 2 chances for doing that. So make sure you become a patron. All the details are on the website for that. And again, just click on the graphic, which shows all the prizes on the right-hand side of geosnippets.com, and you will get all the information there. So good luck to everybody. We announced it about 3 or 4 days ago. We already have a ton of entries in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't win if you don't play, get in there and get registered for this. All right, moving on. Our GeoSnippets geocaching poll of the week. This one was kind of unique. It dealt with the value of swag that you have found in geocaches. And let's bring this up live here. And we will go over that as it slowly comes up. There we go. And wife Amy, if you'd be so kind as to read this right here.
How much was the most monetarily valued swag item you have ever found in a geocache?
Okay. And then from lowest to highest, if you would be so kind.
At 12% is less than $10.
Okay, $10 or less.
24%.
Nope, there's a 20.
20% is $15 or less, and then equal to or greater than $20.
Yes, hard to believe 20% more than $20.
That's crazy. I wouldn't do that, but whatever. And at 24% is $20 or less, or $5 or less.
Yeah, so a pretty even spread for all those. I've done different articles over time with swag, and you would be surprised. I have had people find brand new in the packaging GPSR units. I have had found you've always heard about the one.
We're back.
Are we?
Apparently, I heard.
All right.
I saw they're back, and I'm like, who's back? What are you talking about?
Yes,
because I just assumed they couldn't still hear us.
Thank you, because basically whatever happened is on the Hangout side on their end. We're still doing the show how they're going. So hey, welcome back. I'm glad you're able to see us. So yeah, good stuff. So that's the geocaching poll of the week. I mean, I know in Europe, golden Krugerrands are actually kind of common. You can find a gold piece in Europe. So you never know what you're going to find. I know of geocachers, the one that I remember in one of the articles, a avid geocacher out west, always was seen with, the rope tie and like a large gem kind of stone on the top. And somebody, after he had passed away, one of the things that he had was that please put this out as swag in the geocache, the rope tie and the stone. It was valued over $500. That was with this. So you never know when you go out geocaching. Most of the time it's Happy Meal stuff.
Yeah, like I find
dollar store stuff. We understand that, but you never know.
That's what I'd put out.
I mean, one of the coolest things I ever found.
Five Below.
Yeah. One of the things that we found one time was prehistoric, an actual, from the Science Museum, an actual prehistoric shark tooth.
They're telling you they're bolos.
Oh, bolos. Thank you. See, we got our chat room back. I love this. Awesome. I'm glad you're back, guys. Good stuff.
I didn't really care what he was calling it. So,
so yeah, good stuff. And you just never know what you're going to find So once I get the keys to the Rolls Royce, I'm just saying.
You do. We're selling it. We can't afford the insurance on that thing.
Okay. Maserati, we'll discuss it. I'm just saying.
There is a Maserati dealership.
All right.
in Raleigh.
There you go.
I used to pass it all the time.
Yeah, that'd be
and
fun.
go, hey, there goes that Maserati dealership.
All right, so that's our geocaching poll of the week. Very good. Very big spread on that. I was kind of surprised. All right, let's move on. We're back. Okay, thank you. All right, tonight's episode is brought to you in part by cash-advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cash-advance.com, go find it.
And also by CoinsAndPins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippits websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. Moving on. Yee-haw! Yep. HeadHardHat's Geocaching Quiz number 5, GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 135. All right, so this is how this works. The Geocaching Quiz, we do this about every 2 or 3 months or so, is a series of 15 questions. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to write down the answers and the ones that you get correct, because you're going to total up a score and we'll tell how the scores work. And then we actually have a prize, a coveted prize of which we're not going to announce until next week, that you can go in for a drawing and do that. So this is how this works. 3 rounds. There is the easy round, the medium round, and the advanced round. Obviously, the questions get a little more difficult as we go. 5 questions per each round. All right, so this is how this works. In round 1, your questions are worth 1 point apiece. So you get a total of 5 points total for round 1 if you get them all correct. We are going to tell you what the questions are, each of the 5 questions. And then when we're done with that, we will come back and do the answers, and then you can check to see how well you did. Everybody got it? We all set?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wife Amy, I'll let you start with question number 1.
All right. All trackable items require this one unique thing to be considered a trackable.
What is that thing? All right. Question number 2.
Pretty easy.
I'm thinking. Question number 2. What is the classification for a geocache that only paying customers of geocaching.com can find? What is the classification for a geocache that only paying customers of geocaching.com can find? What's that called? Don't be telling people in there.
I didn't.
Okay.
I was mouthing it, hoping they would.
No, don't do that. That's not fair. Number 3.
Get it by osmosis. What does the acronym STF stand for?
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. What does the acronym STF stand for? Question number 3. Question number 4. What state did Dave Ulmer get credited for placing what is now the first geocache? What state did Dave Ulmer get credited for placing what is now the first geocache? And Miss Amy, number 5.
I am a geocache container that is only big enough for a logbook, can fit a geocoin and some little sized swag. What size am I?
Okay, one more time.
I am a geocache container that is only big enough for a logbook, can fit a geocoin and some little sized swag. What size am I?
All right, good stuff. Okay, that was round 1. 5 questions, 1 point apiece. So what we're going to do now is go over the answers. So for question number 1, again, 1 point each for these 5 questions. All trackable items require this one unique thing to be considered a trackable. That would be a tracking number. Number 2, what is the classification for a geocache that only paying customers of geocaching.com can find?
Premium.
That would be premium. Question number 3. What is the acronym STF stand for? That would be second to find. And that was right off of geocaching.com's glossary, just saying. Number 4, what state did Dave Ulmer get credited for placing what is now the first geocache?
Oregon.
Very good. You're doing this like a spelling bee. That's interesting. All right. Question number 5, final one for round 1. I am a geocache container that is only big enough for a logbook, can fit a geocoin, and some little size swag. What size am I?
Small.
That would be a small. So how'd you do? Pretty easy, I think. Those were pretty fair. Was
Since
anyone
I had the answers in front of me.
For you, yes.
It was exceedingly easy.
Were there any in there that were snaggers for you?
Yeah, I didn't know a couple of them, but
okay.
Whatever.
Fair enough. Good stuff. All right, so 5 points for round 1 if you got them all right. Moving on for round 2. Now, the difference is round 2, there's 5 questions, and they're worth 2 points apiece. So a total of 10 points for round 2. All right, let's see how you guys do. Question number 6. To make a trackable item usable in the geocaching world, there is a trackable code, which we just talked about. What is the other code needed? Ooh. To make a trackable item useful in the geocaching world, there is a trackable code. What is the other code needed? All right. Question 7.
What are the graphic icon representations used to identify lab caches?
Yeah, this one I didn't. I actually surprised me.
For the spelling bee people.
Yes.
What are the graphic icon representations used to identify lab caches?
Very cool. Question number 8.
Did that sound like a...
That sounded fairly decent.
Yeah.
That was almost professional because you were actually talking in the sweet spot in the mic instead of back out here.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Question number 8, true or false? On geocaching.com, there is a profile section that keeps track of any third-party programs which connect directly with geocaching.com. Usually smartphones, things like that. True or false? On geocaching.com, there is a profile section that keeps track of any third-party programs which connects directly with geocaching.com. Miss Amy, number 9. As she types away.
Okay. There is a unique number that is associated to you as a geocacher. What is that number called?
Thank you, Siri. That was nice.
They like that.
I do like that.
Yeah. You want me to do it again?
Go for it. I like it. It's kind of sultry.
See, now I can't do it. There is a unique number that is associated to you as a geocacher. What is that number called?
Very cool.
See, I sound like Cortana now.
Hey, it is. Please don't say that. My computers will all pop up.
Oh, I know.
All right.
Mine won't, but yours will.
Last question. Question 10. In ROT 13 encryption, what is
encryption?
Encryption. Say, thank you. I'll redo that.
Sorry.
In ROT 13 encryption, what is the letter corresponding to the letter H? And everybody's going to go, huh? What? Where? What?
I shouldn't correct you. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You can correct me. You're my wife. It doesn't mean that I pay attention, but you can correct me all you want. In ROT 13 encryption, what is the letter corresponding to the letter H? All right. Let's see how you guys do in round 2. Here we go. Again, 2 points apiece for a total of 10 points in round 2. To make a trackable item usable in the geocaching world, there is a trackable code. What is the other code needed?
Activation code.
An activation code to get them up, to actually activate the travel. All right. That's why I had to word it just right. So without saying, oh, gee. I
jumped back to Sexy Amy.
Okay. We'll switch back to Sexy Amy.
No, the video jumped.
Oh, no.
It jumped back to Sexy Amy.
Oh, boy. Well, we'll keep going.
All right.
All right. Question number...
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. I like Sexy Amy. What are the graphic icon representations used to identify lab caches?
Round beaker bottles with green liquid.
Yes. If you look at the graphic for it, that's exactly what you see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question number 8. True or false? On geocaching.com, there is a profile section that keeps track of any third-party programs which connect directly with geocaching.com. That is true. It's called
App authorizations.
App authorizations. All right. Number 9. There is a unique number that is associated to you as a geocacher. What is that unique number called?
Member ID.
It sounds so cool. I like that. Yes, believe it or not, if you use GSAC or some of the other type programs or applications out there, they may ask for your member ID. They're not talking about your alias. They're talking about your corresponding unique number or member ID that you can use as well. It's as unique as your alias. I'm just saying. And finally, question number 10. In ROT13 encryption, what is the letter corresponding to the letter H? And that is
U.
And we're not talking baby sheep. So yes, U is the correct answer. So how did you do? You got round 2 and you've got round 1. If you've got them all correct, then it's going to get, you're going to have 15 points right now, between 5 points from round 1 and 10 points from round 2.
They said Cortana was angry.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah,
I can't say it loud because all his computers will pop up.
Yeah, if you say a certain phrase with Windows 10, it pops up regardless if you want it to or not.
Right.
Which gets a little interesting.
She's sensitive.
She is sensitive. All right, now for the difficult round. Round 3. Now, the way this works is, guess what? Round 3 means 3 points apiece for each question, and they're 5, so there's 15 points total for round 3. Let's see how.
Apparently we're back now. Okay.
Good. Sorry, folks. This is Hangout, and it's
Welcome
their
to
end.
it.
Yep. This is technical difficulties in its splendor. All right. And again, the video will be perfectly fine, and the audio will be perfectly fine too. All right. Number 11. What is the main type of code language that is allowed on geocache web pages? Again, number 11. What is the main type of code language that is allowed to be used on geocache web pages? Number 12. In the geocaching forums, what is the automatic text that can be placed at the bottom of each forum entry you make? Again, for number 12. In the geocaching forums, what is the automatic text that can be placed at the bottom of each forum entry that you put in? You want to do number 13?
I can.
All right.
What does the acronym ALR stand for?
Ooh, good one. One more time.
What does the acronym ALR stand for?
I love that. It's so neat. Can we do that later? I'm just saying. It's kind of cool. All right. Number 14. The Geocacher's Creed has 3 keywords defining the entire concept. One word is safe, and the other is legal. What is the third word? And I'll actually try to say that right without sounding like Sylvester. The Geocacher's Creed has 3 keywords defining the entire concept. One word is safe. The other is legal. What is the third word? And we try to talk about the Geocacher's Creed at least once a year because it is some really, really good information.
Ooh, it's getting tough now.
It is. It's getting rough. And I said I tried to tune it back a little bit. Okay, last one. Question 15. Not including GPSR units and before smartphones.
Jeez.
Wow, they're getting rough, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
All right.
Did you read that?
No, I can't read it, so that's good. So question 15 again.
Can't do that anymore.
Not including GPSR units and before smartphones, what electronic device was first used in what was considered paperless geocaching?
Wow, that was a long time ago.
So one more time. Not including GPSR units and before smartphones, what electronic device was first used in what was considered paperless geocaching? All right, let's see how you guys did. Take a deep breath. I'm going to get a little swig of liquid here. A little libation. And let's get the answers for round 3. Again, 3 points apiece, 5 questions for 15 points for round 3. Let's see how you did. What is the main type of code language that is allowed on geocaching web pages?
HTML.
HTML. Number 12. What is the geocaching forums? I'm trying that one more time. In the geocaching forums, what is the automatic text that can be placed at the bottom of each forum entry you put in?
Forum signature.
A forum signature. You can get pretty creative with those. Number 13. What does the acronym ALR stand for?
Additional logging requirement.
Yes, now they still exist. They just don't get enforced. Matter of fact, they put right in there additional logging requirement. Logging requirements beyond finding the geocache and signing the log. All ALRs must be optional for finders of a cache. Way back when you had to do silly stuff like get a picture of you wearing a hat or something like that. Some extra requirement of something you could do before you can get the credit for the find besides just finding it. They stopped that a while ago, but we still talk about it there. All right, question 14. The Geocacher's Creed has 3 keywords defining the entire concept. One word is safe, the other is legal. What was the third word?
Ethical.
Ethical. That is the third word. If you go to the Geocacher's Creed webpage, you will see them in big, bold letters describing it. Yes?
Legal and nothing really. Legal and ethical usually go together anyway.
I would say. The last one,
everything.
Question 15. Not including GPSR units and before smartphones, what electronic device was first used in what was considered paperless geocaching?
PDA.
Personal digital assistant. A PDA.
I still have a charger for one of those.
I've got 3 of them laying around that I still have. They all work. In fact, I think my daughter's using one of them for an alarm right now. That's about all they're good for, but it's still using it.
Why don't you use your phone?
Who knows? Anywho, so
Teenagers.
This is how this works. Round 1, 1 point for each of the 5. Round 2, 2 points for each of those 5. And round 3, 3 points for each of those. So there's a total that you can have up to 30 points. Now, again, what we're going to do is, and I'll put this out for you to consider. If you send in by Wednesday, coming up, so that, let me get the date here. So that'll be Wednesday the 11th. If you send in your scores with an email, 1 per person, please, and just send your score in and put your geocaching alias in there so we know who it is. We don't tell anybody else what the scores is, but we kind of get an idea how people did overall, so we know if it was too tough, not tough enough, that kind of thing. Everybody that sends an entry in by Wednesday the 11th and gets them in will be qualified for a covenant prize that we will tell you next week. And it'll be something good. And somebody will win it from there, and we'll do the drawing next week. So I hope you had a lot of fun with this. This is we love doing the quizzes because I love hearing sexy Amy. And it's just kind of fun to do. So let's see how you did on quiz number 5. Send your entries in, and we will go from there. All right, good stuff. I think it's time to move on.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts in your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
Absolutely. And also, if you would please consider becoming a Patreon for the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Basically, that means you become a contributing factor where you donate some little bits of money to us each week. It's one of those things. We've got thousands of viewers and listeners that do our show each week, and we need your help. A very, very small percentage of people actually become patrons, and we need more. Because the idea is it's expensive to do podcasts, it's expensive to send prizes, it's expensive for the equipment, and we need all the help that we can get from you fine folks so that we can keep doing the show each and every week. So if you would please go over to any of our websites, geosnippits.com, geosnippitsreboot.com, the blog, any of those, click on the patron graphic, and it'll take you to the web page. And give us a buck or more a week if you can afford it, so that we can keep doing the show and keep sending out prizes and things like that. We need all the help we can. The big bills come in right now. Matter of fact, I just paid one this week for one of the domains. We need all the help we can get. And when we can't do it by ourselves, we need your help as well. So please consider becoming a patron for the show. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. You're double checking somebody?
No, I'm sending them information.
Okay, so good stuff. I think it is time to move on. All right. Time for the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cache Stash. So let me explain what that is. It's really, really cool. The Cache Stash works like this. We have some of the best companies in the geocaching world, and they, quite frankly, want to tell you fine folks about all the different things that they provide, their products and such. So what they do is a lot of times they will send us some of those products, and we turn them around and we turn them into prizes that we give away to you fine folks each and every week. And that's the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cache Stash. Now, last week with episode 134, wife Amy, why don't we tell them what the prize was?
All right. It was from cache-events.com. It was a Space City Geocoin Fest Geocoin and a Cache Crate trackable tag.
Right. These are really, really cool. This is the Geocoin itself. Last of the Cache Crate trackable tags that we're sending out to you fine folks is going to this lucky winner right here. Why don't you ask them or tell them what the question was and what the answer was?
According to Cache Advance's webpage, what city does the Cache Cave now reside? The answer is in
What's that?
Spokane
Yes.
Valley.
Not Spokane, Spokane.
Wow.
We had a big discussion a bunch of
Gotta
episodes
say it
ago.
Right.
That's right.
I was saying it's Spokane, and
yes, it's Spokane.
My southern accent. And
y'all.
Corrected.
Yes, Spokane Valley. It's right off of their website. All right, so this is how this works.
Hey, are we going to do the email race now that we're back?
Yes, we can do the live prize.
Okay, good.
All right, good stuff. And I'm already getting people sending in their scores, so that's good. All right, this is how this works.
Some of them had to resend it because they didn't put it in the subject line.
That's important because that way that's what distinguishes between all the contests.
Yeah.
That subject line is very, very important.
Yep.
Okay, so this is how this goes. We have a random number generator that basically generates numbers randomly. That's its job. And it has a number between 1 and the total number of correct answers that were sent in for episode 134. When I press the generate random number, it gives me a number, and we're going to use this. Now, wife Amy has a special magic geocoin that she is going to use for this. I'm also going to bring up here our Gmail for the show, and this is all the correct answers. Not all, because there's many of them. This shows all the correct answers that we have, though, in here. Now, if the random number generator is 4, it's not 4, and she flips tails, we will count up from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be our winner. If she flips heads, we'll come from the top down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be a winner. It just adds a little bit of randomness to the total thing. So, wife Amy, are we going tails down or heads up?
How about we go tails up?
Tails up. All right. I got to go all the way to the bottom of the list, and we have. Let's see if they got the right answer here. All right. Correct answer is there. Deborah Burris. Oh, Doc Firewoman.
Oh, yeah.
She just won not too long ago. So we'll send the prizes to you. One's already sent. The other one's I'm going to be on its way. So Deborah Burris, congratulations. You won episode 134, and you'll get the Geocoin and the trackable tag. Way to go. Good stuff. All right, so you might be saying to yourself, hey, wait a minute. Between all the banging and such, how do we win? We want to get in on this because you give away cool stuff, and we want to win said cool stuff. How do we do it? Well, it's very, very simple. To be eligible to win a prize from the Cash Stash, all correct answers must be in by 12 noon for today's show, episode 135. They have to be in by Wednesday, November 11th. Man, time is going quick already. Holy cow. November 11th. Email it to, and it's up on our bottom third, gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject Q1, episode 135. Again, for our folks listening to the podcast, email your entry into gsreboot@gmail.com, GSREBOOT@gmail.com. Subject Q1, episode 135. All correct answers will be put in the drawing, just like you saw. Some weeks for the people in the live chat room, and we've got a bunch in there, and thank you for putting up with all the video stuff going on from Hangouts. We have a second prize that we are going to give away live because people are here.
You're here, and
we're here, and we can do this. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the Cash Stash question for this episode, and then we'll do the live one after that. So, wife Amy, why don't we tell them about the prize for episode 135, which is this week?
All right. From CoinsAndPins.com, it is the 24-hour 100 finds GeoAchievement Set.
Yes, this is really cool. So this is a Geocoin and pin set from CoinsAndPins.com. These can be, what's the term that I'm working for? Etched? What am I talking when they put the stuff on?
Oh, personalized.
Personalized for things like
engraved.
That. Thank you.
Gosh.
So I know I'm like, So yes, these can be engraved if you like. They are wonderful. And again, from CoinsAndPins.com, our sponsor of the month. This is the price. So you get in 24 hours, you get 100 geocaches. I've actually done this, and I know a lot of other people have as well. So this is to commemorate that. So what is the question, wife Amy?
What is the Roman numeral for 100?
There you go. What is the Roman numeral for 100? And everybody goes, So Google them up, folks. Get your entries in by Wednesday, the 11th, to qualify for this fantastic prize. And we will give the answer next week and find out who our lucky winner is. All right. Prize number 2, and I'm going to put that up on the bottom third now as well. We are going to do our now world famous
email race.
So this is how this works. I am going to go through here, and I'm going to clear out my Gmail for this, and I'm going to put it so that I get everybody. There we go. Wow, we're already getting stuff in from the other drawings. I love that. All right, so this is how this works. You're going to set up an email. Now, don't send it right away. There's a special flag that we use to do this. And what you do is you put in, and this is live, only for the folks watching the video right now. Make it out to gsreboot@gmail.com. It is very important that you put the subject line in correctly, because if you don't, you're not going to match up for the actual drawing. In the subject line, you want to put Q2 for question 2, episode 135, which is today, right now. So gsreboot@gmail.com, subject Q2, episode 135. Make sure that Q2 is in there, because that distinguishes between the two contests that we have going for this episode. All right. Now, when wife Amy tells you the content that you need to put in the subject, or I'm sorry, in the body of your email, once you hear it, type it in the body of your email and send it. And then we will go from there. All right. Everybody ready? gsreboot@gmail.com, subject Q2, episode 135. But you know what?
Hmm.
We should tell them what they're going to win.
I don't really know that they care.
Just
They
as
just
long as
know
they
that
win,
they're going to win something.
Why don't we show them what we have?
I would love to win the way they're going to win.
Yeah, she wanted this. All right, go ahead and tell them.
From CoinsAndPins.com.
Yes.
It's the Cachanova Geocoin.
Yeah, this is really cool.
And you can't get this.
You can't get these anymore. They are discontinued.
I'm going to have to chat up Aaron and see if he's got any more.
Aaron sent us, and I specifically requested this because they're more valuable. You can't get them anymore, but he still has some of these, and a lot of geocoins like that. This is gorgeous. It's got a black heart with a silhouette of a man and a woman on the front of it, kind of doing a snuggle thing, and on the back it is heart red with Cachanova and the other information, and it says "Lover of all caches." So that is the Cachanova Geocoin we're giving away tonight to some lucky winner. Thank you, cash-advance.com, for that. All right. Wife Amy.
Coins and Pins.
Or Coins and Pins. I'm sorry.
He said Cash Advance all week.
Last month. That's right. Coinsandpins.com. Sorry about that. Wife Amy, tell them what to put in the body of the email. The second you put it in, send them.
We love shiny stuff.
Go.
We don't. I do, but just put
we
love shiny stuff.
And go. All right. So what we're going to do is, while everybody is sending in their request for this, we're going to finish up the show, and then we'll tell you who the winner is. Let's move on. You guys have been so great. Thank you so much for putting up with all the video stuff that's going on for the people watching this live. For the folks that are watching the recorded version of this, it should be fine and everything working out just as well. And also for the audio podcast. But for the folks that were watching the show live, they were having a bunch of issues. Thank you, Google and Hangouts. So anyways, please let us know what you think about tonight's episode. If you like things that you don't like. How did you like the quiz? Do you like it tougher, easier? Let us know. We greatly appreciate it, because that way we can configure things for the next one that we do for the quiz number 6 and go that way. Please consider becoming a patron and a contributing factor that helps keep our show going. We greatly appreciate it. Like I said, the big bills are hitting right now, and we can use every bit that we can for keeping things going. And finally, tell other geocachers about our show so that they can come in and join in all the fun, because otherwise they got no way of knowing this. So in your social media things, send the word out, because other geocachers are looking, so they can come and visit us on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, just like you fine folks. All right, Wife Amy, why don't you close out your part there?
I want to thank our sponsors, cash-advance.com and coinsandpins.com. I want to thank Andy HeadHardHat's Smith. Thanks everyone watching in the chat room.
All right. Good stuff. All right. Special thanks to Wife Amy. Thank you, darling, for everything you do. You kept everybody going while we were having the video stuff. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they kept themselves going.
And also, we had very sexy Wife Amy as she talked to us. It was awesome. All right. Good stuff. Let's see if we can find ourselves a winner here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the search, and I'm going to have for this, I want... as things go up here, I just have to add a couple of things to the search so it brings up the right information. And I also want this here. One more. There we go. Back. There we go. Space. And that should do it. All right. Holy smokes. I'm going to bring this one more time so that we get everybody. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time is, instead of having people try to figure out how to work that, I'm going to do the random number generator here. And I'll put between 1 and the total number of correct answers that are shown up. And I will generate a number. Wife Amy, are we going from heads down or tails up?
We did tails, so let's do heads.
Okay, so let me go up here. All right. See if we got the right stuff in here. We love shiny stuff. All right. Somebody new, I think.
Oh, I know who that one is.
Okay. Adam Schoenwald.
Yes, that is Cloak and Dagger, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Adam, thank you so much. Adam Schoenwald, congratulations. You won that really cool Geocoin. Thank you so much. Now, Adam, do me a favor. Send me your address by using gsreboot@gmail.com. Just say you're the winner for question 2 on episode 135. And send us your address, and we will get that coin out to you as quick as we possibly can. And for the people waiting for the prizes, it just went out, so you should be receiving them in sometime this week. And go that way. All right. Awesome. Congratulations. I love it. All right. Good stuff. And yeah, great show. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. I love doing the quizzes. These are really fun. All right, folks. Thank you so much. And we are going to wrap stuff up right now. Hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you next week. And have a great one. Have a safe one out there. I know the weather is going to be a little crazy, but we will go from there and just have a great time. Get out there and do some geocaching. Loads and loads of fun. All right, time to wrap her up. Let's do this thing. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com, visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website's Send Voicemail tab. GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2015 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. And clear. Oh, man, what a show tonight. You know, it's the technical difficulties. I wish we had a better, quite frankly, a better way of presenting the show to you through live video. But right now, Blab just isn't working. It's very, very plain, and it needs a lot of work before we consider moving over to that. I do know a lot of podcasters are considering it, but they don't do the same setup as us. So we're going to continue using Hangouts and put up with the technical difficulties like this. And again, it's not on our side, it's on their side this time. The video will come up fine. The podcast will come up fine. It's just for the people watching the live viewing. Last night, it was terrible for Geocaching Podcast. So, you know, what are you going to do? So we try to get the quality program out as much as we can and the best that we can with what we've got. And that's how that goes. But we hope you had a good time with the quiz. Get your answers into us and get in the drawing. And next week, we will have a covenant prize.
Did you get all the addresses and names and stuff for the prizes for last week?
Names and addresses for, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
To send out. Are you missing any names and addresses?
Oh, I'd have to look. I have to look. I literally had everything booked up. I think last week's did not go out. So I will do that with the latest. Okay. But all the ones before last week went out.
Yeah. So you had all the names and addresses and everything.
Yes. Okay. I think all of them that we had before. I actually have a piles over here that I'm trying to look. I think the only one that I did not see was GeoPudge. I've not received an address for that yet.
Okay.
For one of the prizes.
I'm friends with her on Facebook.
So okay, let her know to send the address, and we'll go from there. All the other ones that I know.
Caching was asking me.
Oh yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
So absolutely fantastic. We hope you have a great time out there, folks, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you've got suggestions of different kind of questions that you want to have us for quiz number 6, let us know. We'd greatly appreciate it. Just send it to gsreboot@gmail.com. Send your feedback in and for wife Amy, because we need stuff for next week's show. But yeah, good stuff. Time for me to go do some post-production. Have a great one. Have a safe one, folks. And we'll see you next week on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Bye-bye, folks.